Hey lovies, welcome to my channel. This is Michelle here at Life Mantra Tarot. I hope that you guys are all doing well on this Saturday evening or whenever you end up watching. This will be well, I use the word timeless because it's about predictions for 2025. But, you know, hopefully when you watch it, it has energy that resonates with you, so on and so forth. If you're new to the channel, welcome. And thank you for tapping in. I hope that you like what you see here and end up hitting that subscribe button and the notification bell. Hit the like button as well. All those things help me connect with you and your energy and, keep that momentum going with this channel. It's a great way to also support the channel energetically. So thank you in advance. And for those of you who have been rocking with your girl for a while and continue to show up and show out, thank you for the continued support. I love you guys. I have been on a little bit of a hiatus lately. I know. I do apologize. I've just been busy and trying to just focus on self, but I don't want you guys to feel neglected. So I wanted to make sure I tapped in with you guys. I also have been feeling a little bit off lately in terms of like physically, like having issues with my tummy and stuff. So I have IBS. I overshare on this channel all the time, so I could say that. Yeah. So um, like a lot of pain and stuff. So just been dealing with that. But like I said, I wanted to tap in and just check on you guys and see what's going on. And I knocked over a deck a little while ago, and it was my it's a deck about things that are things that that need to be surrendered. And I was like, ooh, wouldn't that be cool if I did like a surrendering reading tonight, like things that need to be released and let go of. And I was like, well, with the end of the year approaching and a new year coming through, I was like, you know what? Let's look into that. I'm trying to wait a couple more minutes just to see if anybody pops up. But being that like my algorithm is probably gonna be all screwed up because I've waited so long to go live. Um, I honestly don't even expect there to be a lot of people, but I'm still gonna do the reading anyway and see what happens. Hopefully, people pop in. And being as a collective reading, that always kind of makes a difference too. So, without further ado, before I go too much of a spiel, yeah, like I said, this is going to be a collective message, just to kind of see what might be coming in for the year 2025. Because it is collective, keep in mind that the messages might not resonate with everybody. Time is also fluid, you know. So just keep that in mind as well. So the energy can shift and change. But these are just predictions, right? This is just a way to kind of see what might pop up. So I see there's some folks coming in. Welcome, guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm doing okay. Thank you for asking. I hope that you're well as well. So yeah, let's tap in. All right. So what I'm going to start with is this deck first. I haven't used this on the channel yet. It is the Wisdom of the Oracle deck. And a lot of readers use this one. I like it because it's very intuitive. So I'm just going to kind of use this to kind of get like almost like a baseline of, what's going on with you guys, just as a general thing. And then we'll move forward from there. All right, so when I split the deck, we have Yang, which is about finding a sense of balance. And then we also have Go the Distance. So that's just from splitting the deck, but I'm getting that, you guys are going to be working on maybe finding a sense of balance in your life. Some of you might be physically moving somewhere. Some of you, it could just be trying to gain some momentum in your life at this time, when it comes to moving on in a new direction. Take the messages as they resonate because, again, these are just collective messages. But this is going to be fun. We're going to look into different areas and just kind of see what might be coming towards you guys. Yeah, so let's get started. Spirit, I'm going to let clear and accurate messages come into this reading, positive energy into this reading for the collective energy. What do they need to know? See at this time for their highest good when it comes to some aspects of what they can expect for the year 2025. Also show us some energy of things that might be happening currently that could be let go of, that might be causing any hindrances and things of that nature to help them on their path at this time when it comes to spiritual growth. What do they need to know at this time? Clear some most accurate messages. One more shuffle. Thank you. All right. Co-create. Interesting. Co-create. So you guys might be thinking about creating something. I'm not sure. Maybe collaborating with a person or people. Collaborative effort, I heard. That's interesting. I don't know if any of you guys are thinking about doing like some type of business venture, doing something a little bit outside of yourself. Some of you might be. That's giving me more going towards like the career stuff. I'm just gonna get a few from here, and then we're gonna pull from some other decks as well. Right now, I'm kind of focusing on just like the overall energy, and then we're gonna go from there. Okay, got a couple. All right, so we have TikTok and Clean It Up came out together. Interesting. The number 3 might be important to some of you guys right now. So it's basically saying almost like TikTok time is running out. I just heard TikTok and you won't stop. That's funny. So it's almost like, okay, I'm getting a couple of things. This seems a little more specific, but I'm going to give you guys what I'm picking up on as well, like in accordance to this as well. One of the things I just kind of picked up on, I don't know if you guys are the type of people who like have, hey sister, what's up, girl? Oh, I miss you. I gotta talk to you. Okay, so one of the things I'm picking up on is like, if you guys have been neglecting, I resonate with this, neglecting maybe cleaning with the end of the year approaching, this might be a time. I just heard clean up your act. So if you're the type who likes to make sure you bring in the new year with a clean house, they're probably saying you might even want to start doing a little bit of things here and there now, like so you can really like rid, your physical space. I got that, but I'm also getting it could be more metaphorical too, like it's time to clean up your act. It's time to kind of release some stuff, whether it's energy or whatever. I feel like I heard the wait is over. I feel like if you guys have been putting things off, they're like you're gonna kind of get nudged to do certain things. um we have the fates on the bottom of the deck, and exchanging gifts. Interesting. It's almost like as you release certain things, like things that are meant to happen, fated to happen, are going to be welcome in. Message in a bottle. Might be getting ready to receive a message from somebody or send a message. I'm like, what are you doing? What's this? Regeneration. I like that. Some new beginnings possibly coming in. Yeah, it's like, by releasing the old, like, see, this is the thing, like, there was nobody in here at first when I said what I said, but I got the first deck that I was drawn to read from, when I decided I was going to go live, was these, because of the fact that they fell on the floor. And this deck right here is about surrendering. And I was like, ooh, maybe I could talk about like things that could be let go and released. And I was like, ooh, what about things that could be let go and released to welcome in the new year? Because we are about to approach a new year. I now I'm like, okay, yep, I picked the right deck as I'm doing this, because we have co-create here again. So chaos and conflict and yang. Yeah, I think a lot of you guys are about to find a sense of balance in your life after releasing some stuff. This is a time to. I just got a message. This co-create card showed up twice now. I'm almost getting like this is a collaborative effort between you and your spirit guides. They're trying to guide you right now when it comes to what you need to be doing at this time. And they're trying, again, they're nudging you, they're pushing you, right? They're like, okay, look, it's time. TikTok, like, stop playing games. Do what you need to do. You've been putting something off for somebody. This seems very specific. Let me know if it resonates. Somebody who might end up watching or is watching right now might have been putting off um, setting some type of appointment, like a doctor's appointment. I'm getting set that appointment. Set that appointment. I'm getting gastrointestinal, and I'm also getting maybe a cardiac doctor as yeah, a cardiac doctor. Let me know if that resonates for anybody. And I also got neurologist too. So let me know if that resonates at all. But yeah, this is a time of, making sure that you're taking better care of yourself, letting go of some habits that might not be the best for you, no longer procrastinating. Somebody put procrastination in the comment section. Um, so, if you've been procrastinating on something, it's time to, in order to get to where you're trying to go, especially as this new year is approaching, you know, get certain things in order so that you can really welcome in the things that it is that you really want. Yeah, see, Yang, this is here 3 times now. Now it's officially on the spread. So we're getting yin and yang energy. We're getting that this is time to find that sense of balance, right? Coming together, and maybe that's why co-create is showed up more than once as well. You know, coming together with, you know, your higher self, higher power, whatever you believe in, as you continue to regenerate yourself. You're focusing on, or you're going to be focusing on this better version of yourself is what I'm getting. Yeah, and I think this is after a period of conflict and chaos. I was saying before, I feel like the number 3 might be important to you guys. Yeah, unfinished symphony. Wow. Unfinished business. There's something that is a part of your journey, a part of your story that needs to happen, but you had to let go of certain things. And part of the chaos and conflict could be internal. Having that hard time, I just heard grief, having a hard time releasing and letting go because of the grief that might come along with letting those things go, whatever those things might be. Um, Sometimes, like, even when we have habits that or things that we're doing even to ourselves, things that we're having a hard time changing. I'm saying we because I fall in this category too. So it's not an attack or anything like that. There's a grieving process that happens when it comes to having to figure out how to release certain parts of yourself that no longer are for your highest self or for your better good. Whatever those things may be, take it as it resonates and leave it if it doesn't. But, it's one of those kind of things where you might have to start saying to yourself, okay, well, does this provide me with a sense of balance? Does this make me feel good? Like, is it in the long run, is it good for me? Right? Things might feel good in the process. I mean, in the moment, you know what I mean? Like, oh yeah, let's say if, you have a problem with, binge eating or something. I'm just throwing things out there, because everybody's situation is gonna be different. It could be binge eating, gambling, whatever. I'm getting possible addiction problems for somebody. Doesn't have to be the case for you, but this might resonate with somebody in particular. It makes sense. Um, but it's like, okay, it's time to again straighten up your act, right? Let some of that stuff go. That seems very specific. So I'm not like trying to throw stones or hurt anybody's feelings or anything like that. But we have here and now. So this is like what's happening for somebody currently. Again, let me know if any of this is resonating, if you're finding this helpful so far. And the number on here is 32, adds up to 5. 5 is about change. So it's really about, there's this big energy about working on changing habits I'm getting. And I get it, trust me, because I literally, before I started this reading, I said to myself, because guess what? When I knocked that deck over, and this is exactly why I said, okay, I think this is what I should read about. When I knocked over the deck, the only card that flipped upward was, what was it? It was letting go of unhealthy habits. And I was like, oh, okay, spirit, y'all talking my ass. And then that's when I was like, oh, maybe I should do a reading about like this type of energy. So I'm gonna get 1 or 2 more from here, and I'm gonna pull from another oracle deck, and then we're gonna start looking into other areas of uh 2025. So right now, this is like an overview of what a lot of you guys might be dealing with right now, or um things that you're working on, so on and so forth, things you might be welcoming in round and round. Yeah, it's about cycles, right? Learning, living, going through those different cycles and whatnot in order to be able to learn lessons and things like that that need to be learned. On the bottom of the deck, we have imagine, imagination for my SpongeBob fans. Um, or I just started hearing John Lennon, Imagine. So I don't know if any of you guys are John Lennon fans, but that song might resonate with you, or there might be a message that you might get from that song if you were to listen to it, that might help you at this time. Let me know if that resonates though. But yeah, I heard hamster wheel too, like going, round and around, over and over, doing the same shit. Just kind of like probably bored with life at this point. Like when everything's gonna start to change. And when I looked up, it changed literally just as I was about to say it. But there were 3 people in here, and 2 likes adds up to 5 again. So that number 5 might be important to you guys, or just knowing that there's some changes that need to happen at this time. I think this year for a lot of people was a year of really like doing a lot of inner work for a lot of people. Um, Sitting down with self and being able to say, okay, self, let's do this. Like let's work on these things, because there's a lot of things that you haven't been, you meaning, you talk like your higher self talking to you, saying to you yourself, like, look, cut the shit. You know what I mean? I love saying that. Cut the shit. You know that you could be doing this, this, and this. You could be doing more of this and less of that. Putting things off. Procrastination, as somebody mentioned. I know I procrastinate all the fucking time. And yep, number 5 here again. Orphaned. So this might have been a time for some of you guys to be spending time alone, or you feel lonely. But I feel, because I'm getting isolation, but I'm getting it in a sense of like, it's giving me hermit. And the hermit card, like in the tarot deck, is, it could represent like loneliness and stuff like that, but it's also usually isolation that is self-induced. Like you made it a point to say, okay, I need time to myself. And I just said a little while ago that I feel like for a lot of people, 1717, as I said, that for a lot of people, this might have been a point this year, might have been a year for you to spend a lot of time alone, doing a lot of inner work, sitting with self. I'm getting a lot of self-reflection. I'm getting meditation, a lot of quiet time, self-help books and things like that. Um, or these might be things that you've been entertaining the idea of at the very least. And these are things that were meant to happen in order to kind of start yielding these changes that you have been wanting. Yeah, exactly, honey, for balance, right? Finding that sense of balance within self. And yes, this could be a lonely place to be, you know what I mean? Because nobody else can do that with you, really. It's really one of those things that you have to do on your own. Can you rely on friends and family and stuff like that for a little bit of assistance? Yeah, but ultimately this is on you, and you have to be the one to say, okay, I have to do this for myself. This is not a time for, using other people as a crutch and things like that. This is a time of really taking a step back and saying, okay, these are things I have to work on, so on and so forth, in order to work on my self-improvement and my betterment, right? So again, let me know if these messages are resonating so far. We have a ways to go. We're going to really like dive into a lot of things, but I'm happy that some of you guys are saying that this is resonating. I'm seeing that some people did hit that like button. There have been some reactions, so keep those reactions coming, keep the likes coming as you guys are in here if the messages are resonating. And I appreciate you guys for being here. We have never ending stories. Like, it's her same shit, different day. And here we go again with, the number 10, because I saw the number 10 more than once now. 37. So again, feeling like, you're kind of in this roundabout energy, but at the same time, like this is, that with that TikTok energy, it's like there's an energy of knowing, okay, I have to cut some of this stuff out. I have to end this. This is a step you guys are taking in your own life to, ultimately end cycles that again, that are not affecting you positively. So I really like to see that. Yeah, we have go the distance here again. Some of you again might be, oh wow, look, those numbers actually, we have 37 and 47. Interesting. Yeah, it's like in order to, go into this next phase of life, you know that there are things that have to end first. I just heard finish line. You're at a finish line. You're at like a conclusion of some sort. But look what's coming in towards you. You're gonna be blessed. Wow. You're gonna be blessed. I really like that card. It's pretty. What are you huffing and puffing for, girl? You tired? You can sleep all day. All day she's just been wanting to sleep. Um, she laid on me for like a whole hour and a half. I didn't even move. I was like, okay, girl, now you gotta go. I'm catching a cramp. I need to move. All right, so I'm happy, like I said, this message is resonating with some of you guys. I'm just gonna pick from this. Wait, do I want to pick from this one? Yeah, it's already in my hand, so that means that Spirit wants me to use it. And yes, I know as I'm talking about all the stuff I'm talking about, it seems almost counterproductive for me to be taking a nip of my shot. However, it's Saturday night. So why not, right? I'm like, you know what? It was my day off. I mostly rested today because I was just trying to like feel a little bit better. Took a nice hot long ass shower. I ate my dinner and then I was like, ooh, I'm going on. And now like a little nightcap, All right, so we have, when I split the deck, we have dice. It says time to take risks. Get out of your comfort zone, leap into the unknown, and adventure awaits. Nice. We also have the hidden. Enemies, jealousy, hiding true intentions, being two-faced, time to work in silence. Ooh. Okay, so we might have to be mindful of some of the people in our energy. I'm gonna say our because I'm the reader, and even though I'm reading for you guys, sometimes my energy shows up too. And I know that I have people in my energy who I have to be mindful of because I've noticed that people are not rooting for me the way that I root for them and things like that. But for the ones that are my real ones, like they're really important to me. They know who they are. One of them is hopefully still here right now. My girl Castor River. That's my sister. That's my girl. I love her. But yeah, like sometimes we gotta just be mindful. We have like as we're taking these leaps of faith into the unknown and doing something different. Exactly, girl. We gotta move in silence. And I see Tamasha is here too, and talking about my fur baby. Yeah, my little mamacita over here. I love her so much. She's just like the best, most gentle cat, and she always just wants to be around me all the time. Right, Mama? She likes jazz. I got jazz playing in the background right now, so she's all for the vibe, all for the mood. I mean the mood rather. Right, Mommy. All right. So I'm gonna just pick a few from here, and then we're gonna move into the love portion. Now, again, as we know, this is a general message, right? So for those of you who are resonating with the messages so far, I'm glad to see and hear that. For others of you, if you don't, there might be parts of the reading that will resonate because we are going to be looking into different aspects and areas of life and not just a general overview. So let's keep on going, keep the momentum going. All right, so we have fragmented here on the bottom of the deck. It says the picture is incomplete. A split in your energy, too many things going on at once and having too many options. Yeah, and that's why they're saying clean up, right? Clean it up because there is too much going on, too many moving parts. It's like when there's too many things going on, you have to start condensing. You have to start figuring out where to prioritize and what needs to kind of be focused on more, so on and so forth. So it's like about almost like decluttering, right? I have a lot of that to do myself in general, literally like physically, I have to do some of that. I'm looking around my living space and I'm just like, oh my God, we're going to bring in the new year with a lot less stuff because, yeah, no, it's time to start cleaning up. Even some of my shoes, I was like, I don't know if I want to let go of my shoes. Girl, you can't walk in 5-inch stilettos anymore. Let those shoes go. Give them away. Somebody else might be able to go dance in their son, and it ain't you. I went to a wedding a couple of weeks ago. I had on my heels. I had to take them shits off so quick. I was like, damn, I was walking like a damn baby giraffe. I was like, what the hell is this? How did I used to strut in fucking 4 and 5 inch stilettos, and now I could barely walk in them shits or anything? I'm like, oh my god, I'm taking these shits off. No thanks. So yeah, it looks like I'm gonna be a 3 inch heel, chunky heel gal from now on, unfortunately. But it is what it is. They still be looking cute. So we have boredom. There we go, spirit. Thank you. It's like, you guys, I just heard spark. Like you guys want that spark in your life again. I feel like a lot of you guys probably feel just like out of the rhythm right now. We have boredom. It says bored of daily routine, wanting more out of life, longing for change. We talked about change a little while ago, and constrained by circumstances. So yeah, it's like that there's things that you and like what is she doing in the picture? She's literally like cleaning. She's doing laundry or something, folding laundry or um, she's doing something in the picture like that has to do with like some type of cleaning, decluttering type of thing, right? And yeah, see, you say you have stuff to give away too. Absolutely many things I could give away. Stuff with tags on it, things I'll never actually wear that are like not my style anymore. I'm just like, you know what? You're a cardigan and camisole type of girl now. You like the teacher life has gotten to me. My son, when he was here in the summer, he's like, Mom, you look like a teacher even when you're not like teaching. I'm like, what does that even mean? Unless I have on my Daisy Dukes. Because I definitely wear my Daisy Dukes in the summer. I got nice legs, so I'm like, fuck it, why not? But he was like, Mom, you look like a teacher like almost all the time. Like that's so funny. Because it's kind of true. I'm like, damn, I really do. I wear like my little camis and my little sweaters and cardigans all the time. If the weather permits. But yeah, point being though, before I go off on tangents like I always do, yeah, just wanting to get the best out of life, right? Doing something new, something different, maybe, adding some spark, going out on a date, maybe, get laid. I don't know. I mean, everybody's got different things going on. So it's like whatever that means for you. You know what I mean? Have fun, do something different, right? Yeah, because wow, look at that. Giving birth to new opportunities. Some of y'all actually might end up having a baby next year. If that's what you want, congratulations. It says new opportunities, starting over, reinventing yourself. That's going back to that regeneration card. Um, so this is a whole different deck, but it's kind of that same energy. Birth of a child, idea, or project. I did say that you guys might be ready to work on something new, like a collaborative effort kind of thing, possibly for some of you. For others, it could be more about getting in tune and in line with your higher self, with your spirit guides, the creator, whatever word you would like to use, as a collaborative effort. Because when we're on the spiritual path, I feel like you can't do everything by yourself. You this is your journey, yes, but at the same time, there definitely is this reliance on source, or something beyond yourself that is important to be able to put your faith in so that you can continue to have that momentum to go towards the things that you want and that you definitely probably deserve, right? Um, Sometimes you can't rely on like just friends and family. Sometimes you need something past that. I know I pray every single day. I know we all have different, walks of life and faith and things like that. Whatever your thing is, it could be a fucking tree. Nature is a beautiful thing. So if that's your thing, I'm all for it. You know what I mean? I definitely, try to spend time in nature when I can and stuff. I know like with where I live now, I live in Connecticut, so it's kind of cold now. We're starting to get snow and stuff. It's like, but I took like a little brisk walk a little while ago. After I took my shower, I was like, I'm just gonna take a little walk. I came in, ate my dinner, and it felt so good outside. Like it was cold, but it felt good. Like that brisk air just felt like felt so nice. Um, my mom would say, "You're gonna get sick. You can't go right after a shower. Your pores are open. You can get sick." I'm like, I'm grown. Do I want? But anyway, um, Yeah, but that also came out with angel. It says divinely guided. And that goes back to what I was just saying about like that collaborative effort with yourself and source. Um, Ask for help from your angels. You are protected. Pay attention to signs and dreams. Right? Very nice, very nice. Let's get maybe two more from here, and then we're gonna move into the love portion. I just heard the love boats. I don't know if any of you guys like all those like old corny ass shows from back in the day. I do. I watch them with my mom sometimes, like on Pluto TV. You could catch all that stuff. Like if you have like your Fire Stick or a smart TV, you could download that and you could watch all the old stuff. So I like watching stuff like that, 007 and all kind of old shows. Yeah, look at that. See, this is going back to what I was saying. Damn, spirit, y'all ain't playing. There's something that you guys put effort into that has not been worked on or finished. Um, Leaving things unfinished, tying up loose ends, things left unresolved, see things through. There's something that did y'all hear that engine just start roaring in the background? You hear it? I'm pretty sure you do because that was pretty fucking loud. It's louder than the music, so I think y'all can probably hear it. It's like get that engine going, guys. Get that get that engine going because you know there's something that you left undone that you need to work on. And the thing is, I feel like you maybe lost your sense of faith in it or the momentum to do it. Whatever it is going to be different for everybody. For some of you, for some it might be a business venture, and I kept feeling that earlier. It's not That's not going to apply for everybody. If it's not business, it could just be about maybe something about a career path. Someone just mentioned education. Maybe there's an educational path that you wanted to take that you took a break from, and maybe lost faith or something, and you want to revisit it or something, or look into do some research about a new career path that still lines up with what it is that you wanted to do before, that type of thing. For some of you, maybe business management might have been that career path. I'm not sure, but it's going to be different for everybody. But it does say work, entrepreneurship, career moves, working on your career success, and earning money through your work. So it could definitely be different for everybody. So take it as it resonates. But there's definitely this energy here of something that's unfinished business. If you really think about it, right? And it's funny because like how the cards are next to each other, it literally is like a sentence that says unfinished business. Like there's something that you still need to do, and you know that you need to do it, and it's like you've been being nudged for a long time, so it's just a matter of actually seeing it through. um so yeah, have some more faith in it, right? Whatever this is. First, and then for others, dating might be in the picture. That's not how going on a date, ooh la la. Being open to love, seeing somebody specific, going on more dates, and feeling good and flirting. I like it. So again, take the messages as they resonate. So some of you guys, again, it's just about needing a little bit of spice in your life somewhere. You know what I mean? Being divinely guided to do something, that might be out of your comfort zone, but you know that it's time. Whether it's finishing up something that you worked on or started to work on before that they want you to work on again, or or going on dates and things like that. So, we have the moon here on the bottom of the deck. It says, listen to your intuition, intense emotions, deception, hidden truth, proceed with caution. I feel like this is more about the fact that, maybe you guys are apprehensive about dating. For some of you, those of you who might be single and maybe haven't been on a date in a while, and I get it. We have alien on the top of the deck. It says feeling alienated in life, which goes back to that orphaned card. Feeling like you don't fit in, dealings with a foreigner, new experiences in life. It's like it's giving me like that there's certain things that you want to do. You want to take that leap of faith and go on dates and have fun, so on and so forth. But then you're also like, am I ready? Am I really truly prepared for that? What will happen if I do? Then the doubts come in, and it's like sometimes you just have to take that step and say, you know what, I did that recently and I'm actually pretty happy about it. I'm having a good time. going on dates and spending time with somebody who I'm connecting with. So it's been kind of nice. Hopefully it keeps on going. Look, we got round and round and round and round again. Um, so we have it in two different decks now, round and round from the first deck that we picked or pulled from, and now we also have it here in another deck. So let's read what this one says. This one says, not applying lessons learned, and I mentioned stuff about lessons needing to be learned before. Unhealthy patterns on repeat. Yep. So we have that same energy that I picked up on. Actually, cards look almost exactly the same, which is kind of crazy. Two different decks. It's like almost like a shell. Um, Unable to let go of the past and repeating an old story. So yeah, I think part of the reason why you guys are apprehensive about dating, for those of you who are resonating with that part of the message, it's because you've been through a lot when it comes to dating, and you're like, ooh, do I want to fall back into old patterns? Like, do I really want to do that? Will it work out in my favor if I did decide to do that? So on and so forth. And trust me when I tell you, I understand, because there is a lot at stake, right? Especially like if you haven't dated in a while, it's like, you've been working on yourself, been doing your own thing. That sense of solitude and peace that you have when you're by yourself, that shit feels good. And it becomes a little almost overly comfortable, because you get so comfortable with being by yourself. You're like, fuck it, I'm not putting myself out there again, which I get, trust me. But when you close yourself off to the idea of, companionship and love and so on and so forth, being isolated for too long isn't necessarily the most healthy thing, right? It could become maladaptive, and it's important to be able to know the difference, right? Saying, oh, I'm okay by myself. I'm so independent. I don't need anybody. Like, okay, you shouldn't need anybody. Okay, that's understandable. But don't forget that you deserve to be, happy. You deserve to be able to be around somebody who matches your energy and helps you feel good. I don't like the word makes you feel good. Helps you feel good. You need to feel good on your own. Yes, I get that. But having somebody who, adds a little bit of spice to your life is also nice too. So now it's like a perfect little segue how Spirit did that. Look at that. Wasn't intending for it to be like that, but now we're gonna move on to the love portion of the reading of what you guys might be able to expect for 2025. So when I split the deck, we have stabbed in the back. It says heartbreak, pain, separation, deception, shocking attack, along with the sword and the rose. Clarity, truth, revelation, solidarity, force, honor, protection, and power. So I'm getting this, probably it could be like either the current energy or very, very, I want to use the word super recent, but let's just say past energy. This might be what has been happening for some of you guys. You might have had, a past relationship that was very toxic, that you had to learn some stuff the hard way. And it was painful ending. It's giving me like a 10 of swords kind of energy. So that could be what kind of happened for some of y'all. So having to find out the truth about a person that maybe you cared about deeply was very painful. um but at the same time, I think this is one of those kind of things where it allowed you to get to a point where you've had to learn some lessons and move forward. I'm getting self-love might be like the main focus for a lot of you guys at this time. So let's just kind of see what, comes out. And yeah, and then we'll pull a little bit of tarot, and then we'll move into the career part. I ain't gonna stunt, guys. I might end up having to take a little potty trip because I did have a whole bunch of seltzer water before I started this reading. I always do this shit, drink a whole bunch of water or something right before I'm about to read, and then I have to pee, and I'm like, oh. So I'm fine right now, but like, yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Maybe when I get to the career part, I might have to go to the bathroom. You good, Carol? You good? You good? Did y'all hear? She went, how are you? Why are you scratching like that? She's like, mind your business, Mom. Can I scratch my neck in peace? She's an indoor cat, but I'd be like, why are you scratching so hard? You ain't got no fleas, do you? You stuck out the house, little girl? She's like, this lady's crazy. Sometimes. Sometimes. All right. So what else does the collective need to know for what they can expect in 2025? That sounds so crazy. I'm gonna be 40 next year. Holy crap. All coming full circle. The runner. I saw this while I was shuffling. He's a runner. He's a track star. Runner in a codependent relationship, fear of intimacy, and listening to the ego. So I feel like for some of you guys, either I'm getting a couple of messages. Either you were the runner in a relationship, or a person you dealt with was a runner. Take it as it resonates and leave it if it doesn't. But I'm getting it was probably the other person that was the runner in the connection. You might have even dealt with like a twin flame or a toxic twin, that kind of thing. So karmics, I'm getting possibly that. So let's get a few from here, and then I said we'll look into the tarot, and then move into the career part of the reading, and then we'll be done. I do hope that you guys have been enjoying this reading so far. What time is it? I'm just doing mental math in my head because I want to make sure I don't go to bed too late. I have work in the morning. All right. Messages for the collective for 2025. What can they expect? What do they need to know? Thank you. Ooh, seduction. Seduction. Sensual, sexy, erotic. How you working your body? My bad. You gon' make me do it to you. We have attraction, flirting, dating, hooking up, temptation, third party interference. That's the only part I don't like about this card. That third party, I don't like that part. But the other stuff in here sounds good. Somebody who you might have a very heavy sexual connection with and really vibe with might come into the picture. I'm getting that. I don't know how many of you guys who end up watching this like jazz music, but you might meet somebody like at a jazz cafe or places where they have like live music, or you might go on a date with somebody at one of those type of venues. That is nice. Yeah. Oh, you're so welcome, honey. I was about to call you darling and honey at the same time. I love you guys, so I always want to make sure I, show up and show out for y'all. I know I haven't been out here as much lately. I do apologize for that, but yeah, I gotta get my momentum back. Just been so tired, but I'll get there. I'll get there. We have lightning here, sudden change, shocking news, surprise, epiphany, upheaval, and transformation. It's almost like the tower. So I'm getting that, so I got the accompanying cards first, so if you get the message, the full message. You guys, I'm getting that this is probably something that might have happened already. We kind of saw that energy before and I mentioned it, but now we're seeing more insight about it. I do feel like for some of you guys, you're in separation from a person. There was like a tower moment with that person. And yeah, then got mirror. That's what I'm saying. I'm getting karmic or like twin flame vibes, honestly. This was something that had to happen in order for you to kind of work on yourself. It could also even be saying that there was a third party involved in the situation as to how and why it got to this point. But the thing is, it's like it was one of those kind of situations that kind of was meant to happen in order to open that road towards something more positive, because we have Cupid's arrow in the middle of the deck. Have faith. Love is coming. Surprise invitation or meeting and hesitation. So you might be hesitant about allowing love back into your life because of the things that have happened. However, there could be something really, coming through that could be hopeful, So this could be a situation that can restore your faith in love again and dating, putting yourself out there. See, I wish I would have said it. I didn't say it out loud. Damn it. When I was talking about like Jazz Cafe, I also was thinking Starbucks. So sometimes, Starbucks used to actually like give out, or not give out, but sell CDs that were like jazz CDs. I bought a few of them back in the day and I still have them. But look, you might meet somebody at like Starbucks or something if you like Starbucks. Or maybe it'll be a coffee date. I have two cards here. It says meeting and conversing, savoring the moment, feeling uplifted, and friendship. Yeah, like I said, like I feel like there might be somebody who might stir up that, I just heard, stir up the pot. Like they might stir up that pot and, really kind of restore your faith. And it might be something so simple. Like it might not even be like, this extravagant, fancy date or anything. It might be something so simple, literally going out for coffee. One of my favorite dates I've ever been on literally was at um, Barnes and Noble. We went and we picked up books. It was such a nice date. He bought the books that I wanted, and that was the date. And we looked at each other's books like, oh, that's really cool. And it was one of the best dates I ever had. And yeah, it was different. It was fun. It didn't cost a whole lot of money. You know what I mean? Like, and the Barnes and Noble we went to, it was one of like the bigger locations, and we sat like on the, they had like chairs and stuff, and we just talked, and it was one of the best dates that I ever had. That and literally going to get coffee was another one. So it's like, you don't need to have like these fancy extra, like, guys always think, when it comes to us, so for those of you guys who are women who end up watching, that we want these extravagant dates. No, I mean, yes, some of us do, but like, I'm a very simple girl. Over the years, I've been on dates at super expensive restaurants with like big time lawyers and doctors and shit. I literally have, and those dates were okay, but I also felt like I was just like their arm candy or something, and then there was no substance there. And then I went on dates that were super humble and just like laid back. I was not dressed up or anything like that, just chilling. And those were the dates that actually meant something. Go figure, right? Just depends on what you want. Everybody wants something different. So just make sure that your interests, as somebody was saying, align with what it is that you want, right? Um, if you're a foodie, going to a restaurant probably be the best thing. If you guys are movie buffs, going to the movies might be your thing. Make sure that the person that you connect with is in alignment with the things that you like too. Um, if you're artsy folks, going to like, poetry night or, a an art gallery, that will be your speed, right? I'm also getting, I just heard this message as well. Go some, for those of you who maybe have been having a hard time getting dates, go to these types of places, these types of venues, and that might be where you might meet somebody. Just saying. Stranger things have happened. Some of you might like the show Stranger Things, and maybe your person does too. I don't know. They told me to tell you that though. I'm also getting that sometimes you guys might feel like you're not enough, or maybe the person that you might meet might sometimes feel like maybe if they can't afford like a super extravagant date, and that's more their speed, like going out for a cup of coffee, something a little more simple, maybe they're gonna feel like they're not, the best option or something. Like maybe they think you're high maintenance or something like that. You will have to kind of maybe make sure that you can give them a little bit of that reassurance that you're not that person, right? Like, I mean, if that is your speed, that's different. But like for those of you who resonate with the idea of wanting more simple things, let they kind of maybe reassure them that, I don't need you to take me on a date that's like, $200, $300. Like we can keep it simple. It's fine. It says frustrated in relationship, lack of confidence, self-sabotage, um, fear and ego issues, and jealousy. Came out with the coffee cup. Let's get one or two more from this deck. Very interesting. And I'm also getting that sometimes y'all might not feel like you're good enough. So take it as it resonates. I will say this though. Let's say if one or both of you guys feel like that sometimes, how can I say it without it sounding harsh? Be careful with that, because at the end of the day, nobody is here to repair you, and vice versa. Reassurance is one thing, but needing to be repaired is another. So if you only get your confidence and whatnot from the validation of other people or vice versa, that could become what we call codependency, and it could become toxic. Um, we all have insecurities. We're human. We all have insecurities, you know. But being able to, kind of work on your own sense of confidence on your own first, so that you don't bring those types of issues into the relationship and vice versa, also important. Just had to put that out there. That was an important message that Spirit wanted me to mention as well. Let's get one or two more from this deck. Healthy choices, I like that. Yeah. And I mentioned something about this a little while ago. That's crazy. Making healthy choices in love and in life, self love, self care, and being happier. Yes, being happy on your own accord, right? I had mentioned stuff about making healthier choices, like for your physical body and things like that, and mental health also being very important, spiritual health too. I think that, as you're working on, that's probably why that isolation has been so important, working on those parts of yourself so that you can welcome in love, and it'll be something very sincere, very, I heard the word endearing, where you guys can meet each other halfway and already be, complete and whole on your own accord, come together and just make this explosive dynamic, couple, when and if that time, approaches, and when the time is right. 51, 45 when I said it. I don't like, it's not an angel number, but now I just saw 51, but I don't know why that particular number stood out to me, because that's a weird number, right? That's not really an angel number, but for some reason, I don't know if there's like variations of those numbers that are important or something. I don't know. That was a weird one. Because I don't know why they would tell me to point that out, because that's not what I would consider like an angel number. But let's get one more from here. I like this energy though. I feel good about it. I feel like this is gonna be one of those situations, like for those of you who are resonating with the reading, like I'm getting kind of like it might be, what this is, separations here again. Um, it's gonna be almost like friends who become lovers type of thing. Hmm. Like friends who become lovers, but it took this other situation that had to end first, the one that you had to learn all those lessons from and stuff, that had to happen first. Bottom of the deck we have the dragonfly. It says to be lighthearted, finding out things, coming to light, adapt, change, and heal. Yeah, the separation is what needed to happen in order for you to, focus on, you know, working on self, that sense of change, right? Oh wow, look, we have clock, we had TikTok earlier. It says me time, takes time, in time, cycles, time to heal, and progress. We have more than one card right now in relation to the separation card that are coming out. The snake, competition, envy, clever, malicious, look over your shoulder, the other woman. So I said earlier that I feel like for some of you, part of what happened in a past relationship, or past relationships, possibly for some, is there was, third party interference. And I just received this message. For some of you, it could have been more of like you know, a sex kind of thing, meaning like there's a lot of sexual energy between incompatibility between you and this person, but it kind of stopped there. There was nothing past that for some of you. Take it as it resonates and leave it if it doesn't. I can resonate with that myself. I overshare on here all the time. For those of you who watch, y'all know I share a lot of information on here. But yes, I in my past have had, relationships that were based solely, or I wouldn't say solely, but around sex. And then, once that passion starts to fizzle out, there's like nothing left. There's no romance, there's no friendship, there's nothing, and then boom, it's over, you know so it's like, it's very important to make sure that, you base your relationships on, things that are really meaningful and important to you. So if friendship is one of those things, great. If having a lot of things in common, starting out, not just sex. Sexual compatibility is obviously important, but like it shouldn't be the most pivotal point of your relationship. Having that sense of common ground somewhere else is very important. So, again, take it as it resonates and leave it if it doesn't. But they did tell me to mention that. Um, so yeah. And when I split the deck again, the same card is here in the middle. So that's a little bit of confirmation. I think I'm good. No, I'm gonna get one more from this one. Um, excuse me. Oh God, here we go. Camera. Reminiscing, keepsake, perception, learn from the past, and make memories. So it's kind of giving me past person watching, seeing what you're doing, and now it's like, oh, I just kind of keep watching this person as they're doing their own thing. And then what's probably going to happen is when they start to see that you've moved on with your life, if they're watching, that's when they're going to want to come back. They always do. They always do. They always do. It's like they have fucking radar. That's what they do. Hey Hakeem, how you doing? Good to see you. I'm actually not doing like the free questions or paid readings right now. Um, I'm not making any promises. It's getting kind of late. I was gonna say, depending how I feel after this, maybe I will, but I'm not. I'm not even gonna give you any guarantees. We'll see. Because I do have to work in the morning. But yeah, right now this is just a collective message. But yeah, we'll see how I feel after this. Definitely not gonna make any promises though. But it is good to see you. I know you've been a loyal viewer and subscriber. So I greatly appreciate you for being here. I hope you stick around. All right. So when I split the deck, we have because now I'm moving into the tarot portion of the love part of the reading. We have the Hanged One, or the Hanged Man, and we also have the Ten of Wands here. So what that's telling me is that you guys are in that process of releasing, right? All the old burdens from the past. You're like, okay, yep, I'm done with that shit. I've learned the lessons I needed to learn. I'm gaining a sense of enlightenment now in order to be able to release those old burdens. Every time I pick up on this type of energy, I always channel Erica Badu's Bag Lady. And that the part of the song that seems to always stand out for me is the part where she says pack light. That energy of, releasing the stuff from the past, those old burdens, that heaviness, right? That, has been holding you down for so long, holding you back, keeping you stagnant, right? That baggage, that you have to let it go, right? That might be one of the things for some of you guys that they're saying that's part of the things you got to clean up. Letting go of that old stuff that doesn't serve you anymore. I know for myself, one of those things is the fear of, or has been the fear of, a few things, but one of the biggest things is fear of being hurt again. Yeah, the trauma, exactly. It's like, it took me a while to like fully realize that shit was still lingering. Every time I would get close to the idea of starting to date again, I would clam up. And finally learned how to really let that go. And it worked out in my favor because, I'm seeing somebody and I'm like, wow, this is great. um, and it feels really good to be able to, you know, have that faith and trust in someone again, and be able to trust myself too, right? That's another thing that I had to work on. Do I even trust myself to make the right decision? Am I gonna be, and this is like my lower vibrational self speaking now, am I gonna be stupid again and make stupid ass mistakes? Like, we all make mistakes, right? We all have to learn from them, especially when it comes to love. But we should be able to, after that period of isolation, we should be able to start establishing the things that we needed to work on, the things that we had to learn, right? To get from this round and round energy of those lessons that needed to be learned so that we can make healthier choices. Um, so doing that inner work, very important, right? And now that I understand parts of myself, things that might even stem from, like, my past. Like, when I say my past, I don't even mean past relationships. I mean childhood, all kind of shit, the things that I witnessed. Being able to now see what maladaptive behaviors look like, and being able to say, okay, that's not how we act in a relationship. That's you want to do the complete opposite of whatever that was. Right? So that you can actually establish and show the higher ups, your higher self, God, the universe, whatever you believe in, that you're ready now. You've done the work. And that could be scary, right? Going back out there again and saying, okay, did I really? Yeah, you're working on it. So just, let your guard down just a bit, you know, and just make sure. I mean, you'll know when it's the time. But just what I'm saying is this: when that time happens, don't put yourself in that mindset of being so closed off that, despite the fact that you feel ready, that you start pushing people away that could be good people. You don't want to do that. Been there, done that. Don't do that to yourself. um and to solve the justice card, like, those scales are balancing, right? You've learned the lessons, those valuable lessons that needed to be learned in order to go into that new area of your life, right? And I'm sorry because I don't have my glasses on, so I have to get a little close. Yep, fear. Yep, fear is a big one. Yep, it all comes back full circle, right? Yeah, self sabotage. Yeah, I did a reading on myself recently where I was like, I was just asking general stuff, and love kept coming up. They're like, do not fucking self sabotage. Don't you keep doing that shit. It basically, my spirit guides was, like, getting all up in my ass. No diddy. Like, too soon. Sorry, my bad. Um, God, I'm an asshole. No buttons. Okay. Professional. Get back to the reading. But no, seriously, like, they was getting in my ass, bro. Like, they was like, look, girl, bruh, get it together. Like, you better not start doing your bullshit of self-sabotaging again because of fear and blah blah. Like, you've done a lot of work over the past three fucking going on 3 years. Like, stop it. Cut the shit. You're fine. Like, are there things that you still could work on? Of course. So you're a work in progress. We all are. It continues. It's not linear. It doesn't just stop. Like, no, you're going to continuously learn and grow and work on yourself and blah blah blah. Like, so on and so forth. So this idea that a lot of us give ourselves, like, of, oh yeah, I'm not fully healed. There's no fucking such thing as fully healed. No, there is not a such thing. Sorry, not sorry. There's not a such thing. That's why we have to go to therapy. That's why we have life coaches. Like, that's why we meditate. Like, it's about maintaining, right? It's maintenance. It's about being able to maintain your physical health. It's about being able to maintain your spiritual health. It's about being able to maintain your mental health, so on and so forth. Mind, body, soul, they're all connected. And it's a continuous cycle of being able to keep on, again, maintain that sense of growth, that sense of healing. Because guess what? It does not just happen overnight. There's not going to be just a day where you're just like, I'm fully healed from this. Like, no, there could be triggers and things, and people will argue, oh, that just means you were never fully healed. And it's like, yeah, well, there's no such thing. Do you know that there's people who they could have experienced something, went to therapy and all that stuff, and worked on it for a while and feel good for 20 fucking years, and all of a sudden it could be that one fucked up day or situation that brings them right back to where they were. That's why maintenance is so important in therapy and stuff like that. Even if you want to think about of it like this, think about people who went on like weight loss journeys. Let's look at it like that. That's actually a really good example. Think of people on weight loss journeys, right? They have to maintain their weight. So they might not have to go as crazy as they did in the gym and stuff like that, and with their eating and, blah, 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 counting all the calories, blah, like, to lose all that weight anymore once they get to a point where they want to just maintain. But they still have to put in the work to keep themselves, right there where they're at? Yeah. Because guess what? If they don't, they're going to either lose weight that they don't want to lose, like their muscle mass and things like that, or they're going to gain a bunch of fat back. So guess what? They have to maintain. They have to stay somewhere in the middle. Balance, right? We talked about balance. So how do you do that? You come up with some type of regimen of some sort to keep yourself balanced, right? So I know that's a somewhat weird example because that's not necessarily what we're talking about, but it's a great way to kind of, give you like a idea of what it means to, even in terms of your spiritual health and mental health and all that, you have to do something to maintain it, to keep it going. Because if you don't, you can fall on either end of that the wayside, right? So hopefully that makes sense. I know that was like a mouthful. um I tend to do that a lot. So let's see. How do I want to do this? Do I want to do a... I'm not sure. I haven't decided if I want to do a spread or do I want to do a whatever comes out. Um, let's do like a 3 or 4 card spread. I think will suffice, because we don't know who this person even is, possibly for some of us, right? So, excuse me. Um, for some of you, might not even met this person, don't know anything about them, but just to give you some idea, insight of what this. Look at that, the Judgment card. I like it because it's basically saying, God, the universe, whatever you believe in, the higher power, they're calling judgment on the situation. They're like, okay, you've done your work. Kind of goes with to me, it falls in line with the Justice card. You've done that work, and now they're like, they're about to present you with something that you've earned. You deserve this, right? Like, if you look at the cards, like, these people are like putting their hands up, like trying to receive something from the Most High. It's a very powerful card. And it's also giving me that you guys are going to be using your own judgment as well when it comes to welcoming in love. And look at that. And that's the fucking truth. Major breakthroughs with this Ace of Swords. So, very good energy. Yeah, and this is after a period of heartbreak. Now, see how my deck split a little bit. I don't know if you guys can see that little opening right there, but this came up, but then like there's a split here too. Yeah, look. For some of you, you might have went through a divorce. Take it as it resonates and leave it if it doesn't. Some of you might have went through a divorce, or like your past person was like, a person you shared a family with, or you thought they were going to be like your happily ever after. It was very serious. Might have lived together and stuff like that, and then it didn't work out. For others, it's also just saying the fact that now this is a time that, your overall happiness is what's going to be of the utmost importance at this time. So I'm getting kind of, any of those messages might be important. Let me know if it resonates. So let's see. Um, all right, so let's get recent past. I mean, we kind of already see what's going on here for that, but for the sake of the spread, I'm gonna ask that and then see what they say. High Priestess. Interesting. So I'm getting that. I'm getting you guys are very intuitive. Maybe there was something in the past that happened where you became very enlightened about something. There might have been some type of secrecy or something like that, but you used your inner knowledge of the situation in order to figure it out. Especially with this Ten of Wands here on the bottom of the deck. Um, I feel like a lot of you guys, yeah, you have the Emperor on the top of the deck. Person from your past could be an Aries, or it could be like a father figure. So again, I was saying that for some of you, you might have had a family with this person. Um, you had to figure out something, and this person left you feeling high and dry, um, feeling abandoned. Right? We saw that orphaned card earlier. Um, there's Five of Pentacles in the middle of the deck. So I'm getting that, something might have come to the surface for some of you guys who are resonating. And, you know, I'm also getting that, if that person is not a father figure or an Aries, it could also be saying that you guys had to get that sense of authority in your life to say, fuck that. No, thank you. You made a choice, a conscious choice, and said, you know what? I have to do what I have to do and get out of this. And the thing is, it's like this choice was hard, but you knew you had to let go of the toxicity. Let me just show you what I'm seeing so that you guys don't think I'm just bullshitting. So yeah, we have Emperor here, top of the deck. Um, Three of Pentacles, so that could represent partnerships. It could also represent third parties, but I usually think of it as like partnerships. And then choice, major choices with the Lovers here. They could have somebody could have Gemini in their chart possibly as well. Um, yeah, Page of Wands, communication. So there was a conversation that had to be had about something, and this was something that took a while to get to that point with this Knight of Pentacles here. Yeah, major decision, or we already talked about the major decision part with the Lovers, but yeah, there was a decision that had to be made. And then we got the Devil here underneath those cards in the reverse. So it was like a decision of having to release the toxicities, right? Something coming to the light. And we had actually some cards that talked about something coming to the light, things that were happening behind the scenes that you might not have really knew what was going on, and you had to let your intuition kick in and say, okay, yeah, I have to acknowledge this, right? Let me know if this is resonating for you guys, because I know that's going to be different for everybody. So what else is going on here? What's the incoming energy for the collective? Two of Swords. I mean, Two of Swords. We saw the Two of Swords, but now we have the Two of Pentacles, which is another card that could represent choice, but it can also represent balance. It kind of usually represents, especially in a love reading, it usually represents. Um, Sorry, old lady needs over here. Um, it can represent juggling, but it can also represent finding a sense of balance. It could also represent going back and forth about an option or a decision. Um, we do have the Hanged One here on the bottom of the deck. So I'm getting releasing. For some of you guys, I'm getting that even though I'm asking about what's coming in, it could be saying that this is like super recent, like, or happening like right now as we speak for some of you. that you're going back and forth, teeter-tottering back and forth about releasing someone, right? Surrendering and walking away. Thank you, Spirit. With this Five of Swords here. So, yeah, King of Pentacles in the middle of the deck. So I'm kind of getting that, you know, if there is still somebody in your life, right? Or it's like super recent, that person's energy is still lingering around, which it makes it complicated because it's like, okay, well, if this person's energy still lingers around, it's like you gotta pick one thing up and put the other thing down. Like you can't allow for somebody to stay in your energy who's not meant to be there anymore, because what's gonna happen is it's gonna continue to cause friction, and not in a good way. So it's like, you know, you have to release that, right? You gotta let that old energy go, the old baggage, right? Interesting. I want to actually clarify that card just to make sure I'm on the right path with that interpretation. Um, clarify Two of Pentacles. Sin. Yeah, it's like in order to, you know, have that sense of happiness in your life, you know that there are things that are going to have to be released, right? So that can represent a person that is still kind of trying to come back around, spin the block. You're gonna have to say absolutely fucking not. Yeah, look, because there's new things coming in, big things popping, little things stopping. I just heard that Ti. um we got new things coming in here with this Ace of Pentacles. I'm getting stable offers, people who actually know what the fuck they want. They're not gonna be playing games and shit, and you know, it's her being a little bitch. And they wanted me to say it like that. I don't know why somebody say that. My spirit guides are funny. Sorry if you guys don't like cussing, but I cuss on here all the time. But yeah, they like she. And the thing is, it's like this is a person that, you know, I feel like you're gonna mesh well with that person when they do kind of come around. But again, I'm getting choices, I'm getting third parties, whether this might even be on your end, guys. I'm gonna put it out there. Some of y'all might have a choice to make. So like I'm getting like slightly like a little bit of a love triangle for some of you who might resonate with this part of the reading. Because I know, I guess I know it's not gonna be for everybody, but for some, you're gonna have to pick your happiness. And what does that look like for you? I also heard pick your poison. Oh, my girl is live. Oh man. Okay, I'm gonna have to try to catch up with her later. Um, yeah. So you might have a choice to even make here, like in terms of like third party type of shit. So like you might get this new person that's coming in, and then the old person tries to come back. Shit happens all the fucking time, and you might be the one caught up in a third party situation because you might be the one who has to make a choice. I would strongly suggest not picking that old person, because that old person looks like they're a piece of shit that puts you through a lot of shit, and you don't want to go through that again. So it's like, yeah, you're healing, you're working on yourself. Like, don't let that past person try to come back and tear you off your path. Don't do that. Ah, interesting. I just saw your comment. Yeah, when family is involved, it makes it even that much more difficult. My goodness. All right, so let me think. What are this person's true intentions? That's always a good question. King of Swords. So this person is, they might have air in their chart, possibly. I'm getting this person might be slightly closed off, which always makes it complicated. But at the same time, I'm getting, okay, and I see why they're closed off. So this person, the same way that you've been through stuff, this person's been through stuff too. They might have went through a divorce or a separation of some sort that kind of has them a little bit calloused, a little bit closed off, a little scared. But the thing is, they're working on their healing process too. I will say, however, be careful with trauma bonding. You don't want to do that. That's also going to lead to codependency. Just saying. Now I'm putting on my counselor hat for what I went to school for, and yeah, be careful with that. Um, but I do feel like this person has a sense of passion too. Like when this person does come in, like there's a sense of great passion with this Ace of Wands on the bottom of the deck. Um, yeah, it's like they had to walk away from something as well. So I feel like there's like a mirroring energy there, in which you guys have went through very similar things. Um, you may have to help warm this person up a little bit. Because I feel like they've held on to things from, yeah, they're trying to move on. Oh, look at that, two cards about moving on. They're trying to move on in a new direction. You know, putting a lot of time into themselves. They don't have a lot of confidence. Look at, what the fuck? This is all coming back full circle. This is crazy. Because I said that either you or this person, they might lack confidence, but it's not really your job to restore their confidence. And just like it's not their job to do that for you either. Like, it's okay to reassure a person, but like if you have to rely on somebody to be that person, that's not healthy. So I'm getting that this person, this is something that they're working on. They're working on themselves just like you've been working on yourself too. Yeah, they had to walk away from something. Thank you, Spirit. So when they come in again, they might be a little bit, hard to read is what I'm getting. Hard to read starting out. And then they're going to open up to you and vice versa. And that's when things are just going to kind of naturally unfold. And that's why I think the starting off as friends, you know, smaller types of dates and things like that, that's the thing that's going to really be the thing that's going to kind of put things together. For a select few of you, there might even be some of you guys who are going to meet this person at work. That was very specific. As I keep getting this collaborative effort type of thing that keeps popping up. Then the Three of Pentacles showed up more than once. So you might meet them at work, a work setting kind of thing. Um, but this person's also very smart. You're gonna have very intellectual conversations with this person. I like that. Future actions. I like that. Yeah, see, look. This card keeps popping up. Now it's here officially on the spread. Three of Pentacles. I saw this card so many times during this reading. So that's why I'm saying you might meet this person at work. Um, or it's gonna be in some type of collaborative effort or setting or something like that. Um, but the thing is this, they value teamwork. They value teamwork. They want to work with you. They want to work hard at something with you. This person's been in isolation for a while. This person's also a person who I feel like they don't really go out much. I feel like they kind of stay home a lot. They're really like behind the scenes, low key. You're gonna have to probably be the one that it could be you too, but I'm asking about their energy. So I'm getting that this person, yeah, but see, the thing is this. Well, one, I feel like they're well off financially, which is not a bad thing at all. But then it's like the thing is like they want to give you a stable offer on top of all of that too. I think they've, put themselves behind the scenes for a long time in terms of dating, and now they're like, you know what, I think I want to put myself out there. But again, they're apprehensive too. The same way that a lot of you guys who are resonating with this reading might be apprehensive, a little bit fearful, so on and so forth. This person's on the same page. Like they feel like that too. But they're about to try to seize new opportunities with you with this Knight of Swords. Like they're like, you know what, let me not like pass up on this opportunity because something could come of this. This looks good. What is the likely outcome? It's heard a siren in the background. Judgment seat. Like I said, the universe, God, whatever you believe in, they're like, this is the time. Yeah, look, I hope y'all can y'all hear that? It might be too far. I can hear it, but there's a siren in the background. It's getting closer. Y'all might not hear it. It might be too far. But look, remember I said like this is your time now for you guys when it comes to love and happiness and all that. Love and happiness. Um like the universe, God, whatever you believe in, they're like, this is your time. Look, what's on the bottom? 10 of Cups. That's about your happily ever after. Like, there will be no more confusion and bullshit like that with the 7 of Cups in the reverse. They're like, yeah, no, no. This is your time. Like, you've been in your head for so long, closed off. They're like, you've been in like a self-inflicted prison for fucking so long, mental prison for so long that, you've been so scared and closed off when it comes to love. They're like, no, 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 no. That's all done. That part of this shit is over. You've done your work. You've learned the lessons that you've needed to learn. Same thing with this other person too. And that's why, you just mentioned mirroring energy. Perfect way to word it. There's this mirroring energy of, you know, you guys both went through something very similar. So I'm getting soulmate / twin flame energy. Um, Something along those lines. Um, is there anything going on behind the scenes that the collective needs to know, or any advice when it comes to this? I'm gonna pull from a new deck too that I haven't used on the channel yet. And then we'll move into the career part. Thank you, Spirit. They're like, okay, you saw how we saw the 10 of Cups? They're like, this is what you need to be focusing on right now. The 9 of Cups. That's about being in your own energy, your own happiness, being able to be in this place of wish fulfillment, self-fulfillment, right? In order to be able to receive that last cup. We didn't see the Ace of Cups, shockingly, in this. Well, we did technically. Did we see the Ace of Cups? I think it was in the reverse. I saw it, I think, at some point in the reverse. But the whole point is, like, they're basically saying, after all the misfortunes and all that, they're like, you're going to receive that last cup. Oh, you best believe it. It's just going to have to happen after you work on that self-love first. Yeah, after those tower moments that took place, right? All those misfortunes and the upheaval, like all those things that had to happen in order to get to this place. You have to work on your fears, your anxieties, resting and healing in order to get to that point. Yeah. Those fake ass love offers that used to come towards you back in the day, you're not gonna be dealing with pages anymore. These little childish ass motherfuckers who come in acting like they want a relationship and got shit to offer you. Like, no, please. They might try to come back around, try to spin the block, but yeah, guess what? You guys are smarter than that now. You're like, absolutely fucking not. Like, I'm not about to sit there and put myself in that position again. No. When I say that, Spirit wanted me to say that too. They're like, when I say that position, I mean that position. Like, they might have hit something real good one time, and you were like, ooh, what the fuck? Yeah, no. Don't let the seduction come in fucking up your game, because at the end of the day, don't be pussy whipped or dickmatized, because guess what? The motherfuckers don't got shit to offer you. But other than that, probably fake ass love offers don't got a pot to piss in some cases. They probably mooched off of you financially and shit like that. I don't know why they told me to say that, but somebody might resonate with that. So let me know if that makes sense or if it resonates. But for some of y'all, that might have been the case. Using you for money, or have affected they might have affected your finances in some kind of way. Let me know if that makes sense. So I'm gonna pull from this deck. I'm just gonna pull like maybe 4 cards from here. I'm not gonna go too crazy. Right. There's like cards in here that, okay, I want to make sure I don't I should just like take them out of the deck. So I don't have to keep going through this every time I use them. I haven't used them on the channel, but I've used them for other people. Okay, I think that should be that. All right, so I'm gonna get a few. Oh, that's cute. When I split the deck, it says laughter. Nobody makes me laugh the way you do. So, you know, laughter might be very important in the relationship when it happens. And you might really hit it off with like laughter and just like laughing at stupid stuff, silly jokes that you guys make. I just envisioned going to like a comedy club type of thing, like watching like a comedian or something. That could be a fun date for some of you guys. All right, so let's get like 3 or 4 from here, and then we're gonna move into the career part, and then we'll be done. I know I was gonna be on here for a while. All right. So we have friend zone on the bottom of the deck. I think we're better off as being just friends. Now, what I'm getting from that is for whether it's you or the other person, y'all, because of the fears and stuff like that, might be like, oh, you might try to friend zone somebody, or vice versa. I'm getting it might be you guys that might be the one that might try to friend zone somebody, and it's like they're like, please don't do that. Please don't do that, because it's like the thing is this person, I feel like they're gonna like you a lot. Yeah, because in the middle of the deck we have super like. It says there's something different about you. You really stand out from the crowd, and I want to know more. So I'm getting that one person might try to do the whole friend zone thing out of a matter of fear, I'm getting. And then the other one is going to be like, look, I ain't going to give up that easy. Like, but, they'll respect your boundaries, but, like, they're not going to just, like, walk away from you. I'm getting something like that. Which is good, because, like, it shows perseverance, too. Like, they're not just going to be like, like, we're not going to let this fear thing, get us, in our heads too much and make us, like, miss out on this opportunity, You have, okay. Experiment. Ooh la la. I'm getting, like, maybe a masquerade or some kinky stuff. Okay, hold up. Let me explain why I just picked up on that, though. I know this is new for you, and I appreciate how open-minded you can be. Now, look. There's like this little mask here, so I don't know, like role play might be a thing. Okay, something. And it came out with dreaming. No, you're not dreaming. Yes, I'm real. So like this person, they might be like, somebody who you're gonna be asking yourself, like, is this happening? Is this real? Like, what the fuck is this? Like, this is crazy. Like, you're gonna be saying shit like that to yourself, like pinching yourself to see if this is actually like happening. And it's like, yeah, no, this is real. Or there could even be like certain things you've dreamed of doing, and vice versa, in the bedroom, possibly, that y'all might experiment. You're gonna be like, did we just do that? Did I just do that? Oh shit, that's crazy. I'm getting role play for some, but anyway, hey, whatever you're into, whatever kinks you guys are into, I gotta get my spicy little nasty decks. I'm gonna get one of those kind of decks and do a type of readings one day. I'll make sure that it's like late at night, so I don't have to worry about the wrong people watching. Okay, so we have slow down. It says, you're moving way too fast for me and it's scaring me away. That could be why that friend zone card came up. So I don't know on what end that might be, but somebody might feel like things are moving too fast and be like, ooh, mm-mm. And then abusive came out. I know you don't deserve to be treated like this, but I'm acting out a pattern of abuse that's really deeply rooted in me. Now, I will say this. I'm not getting that this person's abusive. What I'm getting is whether it's you or this person, somebody dealt with an abusive relationship or tendencies, and that's going to be one of the things that's going to make them want to pump their brakes. Like, okay, I've been through a lot. I'm scared, right? We talked about fear. We talked about healing. Um, so, but the thing is this: you guys are in sync with each other. We have synergy. We could achieve so much together, or sorry, so much more together than we would individually. So when you come together, no pun intended, that might be explosive, just saying. Um, yeah, see, this person wants family. But I'm also getting that maybe like they came from a family that was abusive. I'm reading this intuitively, by the way. Like I'm gonna still read like the little blurbs on the cards, but I'm also reading intuitively. Family is very important to me. How would you feel about us becoming a family? So I'm getting that one, family is important to this person. Part of the abuse that they experienced could come from family, whether it was in their childhood or with the person that they were with, possibly married to and had children with. So when it comes to this connection, they're going to be like, whoa, this is like crazy. Like everything that's happening is like, it's in sync. It feels right. It feels good. But damn, I kind of want to pump the brakes. Are we moving too fast? Like it's going to be that kind of thing. And it's like, okay, so just ask yourself, like, does it feel right? If it feels right, then keep the momentum going, right? Don't hinder yourselves. Easier said than done, trust, I understand, but like this is giving me pretty good pretty good vibe. Let's get one or two more from here. And then we're gonna move into the career part of the reading. Um I'm happy that you guys have been sticking around. You guys are the best. Yeah, look, synergy is here again, but now it's officially in the spread. So yeah, let's get one more. Coming together, and I was saying before, like being whole already and then coming together with somebody, that shit's like fucking it's explosive, okay? It's to already be on your shit, you got your shit together, you're doing well on your own, like, and then come together with somebody who's like also like on that upper echelon, like that shit's it's different. That shit hits different. Um, where it's not like you feel like you're babysitting somebody, or you know what I mean? Like we've all been there, feeling like that, or vice versa. It's like because I've been that person too, like I'm not knocking, anybody. Like I've been the person where I'm the one who's like nowhere near as developed as I need to be in my life, and I've dated some like guys who like I'm like, damn, am I good enough for you? Like, and it's not like like in a way of beating myself. Well, yeah, it was definitely in a way of beating myself up. I would be lying if I said I wasn't doing that at the time. But like, but at the same time, again, being able to be, yeah, partnership. Exactly. That's exactly what it's about. It's like, there's always gonna be that one person who might be a little bit, above something in some way, like different pay rate or something like that, more educated, like, But the whole point is, it's like you learn from each other, right? And you complement each other. But there's sometimes where like if it's too off balance and it's not there, it's gonna the thing is it's gonna be always like convoluted in that way, right? So it's very important to make sure that your partner is somebody who really is a partner, because you don't want to go through a situation as I'm talking about this where there's no spark. If you feel like there's no spark, it's because you guys are not on the same playing field. So this person, that's not the case. But I feel like you guys have dealt with that. You dealt with like just people who you just hook up with, but there's nothing. And I talked about that earlier while it's all coming out now. People who wanted to have a whole bunch of extra partners and shit like that, which could possibly, make you a little bit apprehensive about, putting yourself out there too. Because it's like, well, I don't want to go through that shit again, Understandable. But, now we got this person who, there's a connection and it's a go card. This is the last card I wanted to pick from the deck. And look at that. It says connection. Whatever ends up happening with us, I'm grateful to have met you, and sorry, I'm grateful to have met you and for the connection that we have. This is a gold card. This is saying, oh yeah, there's something here, you know, strong connection. Um, but again, you guys, one of the things that you're going to have to make sure that you're wary of and mindful of is the fact that one or both of you have had those old situations that, that stuff might kind of try to sneak back into your connection with this person, this new connection, whether it's old people, old ways of thinking, old ways of doing things, so on and so forth. And you're going to have to nip that shit in the bud early, so that, you don't miss out on this opportunity, you know. Yeah. And I do feel like it has something to do with family. So, yeah, that's what I'm getting. Some of the same cards are repeating themselves. All right, so now we're going to move into career and finance. We're going to keep this part short because I'm getting tired. I have to get up in the morning. But, yeah, let's see. We have investment. When I split the deck, it says finances are looking good and growing. This is a great time to invest. Set a strong foundation and you will see the fruits of your labor. And it says reconsider a decision. So I'm getting that for some of you. I'm getting that there's something that could be talked about, this unfinished business venture, possibly for some of you earlier on in the reading, way early in the reading. If you want to start the reading over after this is done. My back, sorry. I'm getting that, there's something that you might have put a lot of time and effort into, or it's time to put that effort into it again, but they just want you to maybe, I just heard the word reconfigure, your business plan or your thoughts of what it is that you want to do when it comes to a business or some type of opportunity is what I'm getting. Take it as it resonates and leave it if it doesn't, because remember, this is a collective reading. I do appreciate everybody who's been sticking around or tapping in throughout this reading, because I know that there's probably some people who just have, come and gone, and maybe came back. Some people who stuck around the whole time. So, you guys are the real MVPs. I appreciate all of y'all. Those of you who hit that like button, the new folks who have hit that subscribe button, I'm so grateful for all of y'all. So, yep, we're going to look into this part, and that will be it. And I'm going to get some rest because I have to go to work in the morning. Don't want to. We have beware. Be prudent. Things are not what they seem. Careful who you talk regarding money and business matters. Don't make any type of financial commitments now. The reason why that got my spidey senses tingling was because we did see something about talking about moving in silence. We saw that very early on in the reading, and I was picking up on maybe people in your energy, possibly like friends or family, who act like they want to see you win and they don't really want to see you win, or they're trying to steal an idea or something like that. Why did I say it like that? Something like that. That was weird. I'm from Connecticut. I don't know why I would randomly have a super southern accent. Maybe somebody lives down south who's watching, or maybe there's a person in your energy who you need to be mindful of who lives down south or has a southern accent. Seems a little more specific, but let me know if that made any sense. But all right, so I'm gonna do some shuffling. Every day I'm shuffling. A few from here, then I'll do some tarot, and then that will be the end of the reading. Actually, it won't be the end of the reading. I'm gonna give like a little bit of advice from spirit of what you guys can do to welcome in these new changes that are coming into your life for 2025, and then that will be the end. All right, spirituality, I like it. All right. You are being guided to discover your own unique spiritual path at this time. You may be called to become a spiritual advisor, healer, or anything in the occult. Your finances could use some spell work. Ask your angels and guides for assistance. Interesting. So not for nothing, you guys are literally watching a reading right now, right? So it's like, you might see some bits of information, in a reading that, resonate with what it is that you're going through when it comes to, career and finances. Um, you might want to pay somebody for a reading when it comes to that, or, like they said, doing spell work. Like for instance, and it doesn't have to be anything crazy. It could just be, literally lighting a green candle can welcome in abundance. Some people do. They put like cinnamon outside of their front door on the first of every month, and then they sweep it a few days later. Stuff like that. Um, Carrying a bay leaf in your wallet or in your pocket that has a certain amount of money in it that you would like to receive. Like there's all kind of things that if you're into that kind of thing that can help bring abundance to you. Wearing certain colors can bring abundance to you. Like you will be shocked at because what like spell work is not always like, oh, I'm gonna put a potion together. Like, that's what people, think when they see like movies and stuff like that. But, spell work is so many different things. Um, and it's not always as, witchy as people think it is. And there's nothing wrong with that, even if it were. Even praying and saying, oh Lord, can you help me pay this bill? That's you know, it goes in line with that, just saying. But we're not gonna get all into all of that. Just felt like putting that out there. I know I could light some green goddamn candles my goddamn self. How about that? And mantras too. Mantras, law of attraction, things like that. Life purpose. Ooh, I like it. I feel like why do I feel like we? Oh no, 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 no. It wasn't in this reading. I did a reading on myself this morning, and it wasn't even this deck, but it was a different deck, and it was talking about how my life purpose is going to coincide with my finances. So for some of you guys, you might resonate with that as well. It says you will have new ideas and inspiration that will guide you to your divine calling. What is meant for you will not leave you as long as you continue to push forward. Exactly. We talked about that very earlier in the reading. Ask for what you need and things will align to carry out your vision. I like that. I like that. Let's get like maybe 3 or 4 more from here. And yes, absolutely, absolutely. Gratitude, very, very, very important. Attitude of gratitude, always. Writer. Some of you might resonate with the idea of writing or writing down your ideas when it comes to some career ideas. Um, your words have power to influence others. Find out how you can contribute. Um, a career in social media management, book writing, content writing, or blogging could be for you. Use words and visualize it as you write them to manifest more money into your life. Remember, I was talking about spell work. Writing is another way that you can work on that. So that's kind of funny that that came up. But some of you, it could be more like literal, like you guys may be thinking about writing something, a book. I'm getting self-help books. I'm getting uh, workbooks. I wrote a workbook last year, and it's actually a really good one. I never really pushed it. I should work on that again, pushing that book, because it was actually really good. If any of you guys are interested in it, let me know. It's $8, and it's a digital book, but or a PDF, I should say, that you could print out, or you can, if you have like a PDF converter where you can like edit stuff, you could do it like that. But it's $8. My email is in the comment. I mean, in the description box if you're interested. um, yeah, it's like 60 something pages. It's an 8 week challenge kind of thing. And the people who I've either given to, like close people of mine who I've given it to them for free, or at full price, they said, "Well, I did it, and it actually was really helpful." So yeah, it's about mind, body, and soul. So there's different things for every week that you can do, different exercises that help you with getting more in line with yourself as a whole for 8 weeks. So if you guys are interested in it, let me know. And just like I said, my email is in the description box. So mfernandezb at yahoo.com. So Fernandez with an S. So yeah, it's $8, like I said. So, but yeah, again, like I was saying, some of you guys might resonate with the idea of wanting to write something. You might have experienced some things in your life that will, allow for, your words to help other people, poetry, things like that. Um, I'm getting short stories for somebody, so on and so forth. So, yeah. All right, let's see. Perfection. And like the picture in the picture, the picture in the picture, there's like a little book in the picture, and it says progress, not perfection. I like that. Right? It's not about being perfect. Nobody's perfect. And we talked, I mentioned that it's perfect. Oh, I went in and out. Did y'all notice that? Sorry, I don't know why I did that. Maybe because of the message. That happens sometimes. Sometimes my technology gets wonky when messages are really hitting close to home. But some of you guys might be struggling with being a perfectionist a lot. And what the card says is, give up your perfectionism. It's causing delays in your finances. You will never get ahead if you don't overcome the fear of failure. You are enough. We talked about not feeling like being enough earlier. That's crazy. And have what it takes to improve your finances. So, maybe you felt like, one of your ideas or something that you've had just wasn't quite where it needed to be or something, or you wanted everything to be a certain way. Sometimes you just have to kind of step out of your comfort zone and say, you know what? This is a work in progress. There's people who have invented things, right? If they waited for it to be perfect every time, like certain, we would never have seen certain things. Like I just was watching a documentary about the what was it called, what is it called, the I think it was called the telegraph or something like that, which was, if that's the right word, I hope it is, I believe it was the first invention of its time in the 1800s that was able to record sound. And it had things that were a little bit wonky with it, and it wasn't ready for mass production yet. But if it weren't for those people who worked on it, that initial you know prototype, I guess you would say, prototype of it, right? We wouldn't have things like the phone. We wouldn't have things like cameras, or not even cameras, but like um we wouldn't have videography and stuff like that, right? Where we're able to capture sound and motion, things like that. So it's like, when you think about how inventions happen, there's a lot of trial and error. I don't know why they're telling me to say this. Maybe there's a weird reason why I ended up watching a fucking documentary about the fucking telegraph this morning, early this morning, like 8 in the morning. I was watching that on YouTube, and it was really, really cool. But yeah, I'm kind of a nerd. But yeah, I say that to make the point that a lot of times we have ideas and we're like, oh yeah, it's not good enough, blah 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 blah. It's not perfect. It's never gonna be perfect. You're gonna always be perfecting it, and it'll still never be perfect. I'm getting that some of you might have Virgo in your chart. Let me know if that resonates. Um, because Virgos are notorious for being perfectionists. Michael Jackson was one of them, if you guys are fans. Beyonce, yeah. So if there's something that you've been really wanting to work on and you've been working or wanting to make it like perfected, it will never be perfected. There will always be room for improvement, but put those ideas out there and see where it goes, right? See, look at that. How funny is that? Because like I said something about Virgo, I didn't even realize that you said something before I said it out loud. See, because I don't have my glasses on. I have to start wearing my glasses more. Yep, look at that. Virgo North Node. Yep. Look at that. You can't make this shit up even if you wanted to. See? I was picking up on it and then you confirmed it for me. I'm just like, yep, there we go. Let's get like maybe two more from here. Yeah, that's another thing. I know how that feels too. Yeah, we have unrealistic here. Your expectations in the future are unrealistic and need revision. See, that's why I was saying something about writing down ideas. I mentioned that way earlier, and I mentioned it a little while ago again. Yeah, revision, right? It's just about revising your ideas. It's not about changing them, it's about tweaking them. Perhaps your vision is big and may require a plan and needs more careful thought. Exactly. You could be setting yourself up for failure if you don't set realistic financial goals, right? Like you can't sit there and be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna, make candles and I'm gonna make $1 billion. Like, I don't think I've ever heard of a candle maker making $1 billion, like and becoming a billionaire. Millionaire, maybe thousandaire for sure, but like a billionaire, that's bringing down a few notches, right? It's not like to say that like you're gonna, take all the wind out of your sails and say you can't do that. But no, it's about being realistic, right? You set incremental goals. So, let's say if you're a candle maker, okay, this first year that I start making my candles, I want to make $50,000 off of making candles. That's a substantial amount of money starting off. Okay. And it's actually realistic because people love candles, especially nowadays, especially if they have healing properties and stuff like that. Everybody's into like the naturopathic stuff nowadays. Oh, it can happen with the right marketing and things like that. If you have like a little storefront or something, okay, yeah, cool. A little kiosk somewhere, have other people selling it for you, like, and then the next year you say, okay, this year I want to make 80. Next thing you know, you're gonna be like Yankee fucking Candle in a few years. You never fucking know, right? So it's like, but it's about being incremental about it. Set yourself up with realistic, you know, goals, and then you keep on building off of those goals. It's okay to have like your ultimate goal, but build upon them so that you don't set yourself up for failure and burn yourself out, right? So, like I just saw a really cool video earlier that somebody had reposted on Facebook, and it was this guy, and he was like kind of sort of like rapping slash poetry kind of thing, and it was really cool. And he was talking about all the different soaps out there and why you shouldn't buy them, and he was talking about the different chemicals that are bad. So he brought up like a lot of the ones that a lot of us probably use: Dove, Dial, um, Ivory, Irish Spring, um, Lever. There were a few other ones. And then at the end, you want to know what he did? It was a segue into his product that was all natural products or whatever, and talking about the herbs and stuff that he uses. But it was all like in the form of a song. That was great fucking genius marketing. I was like, whoa, the fuck? Like, so it's informational, but then he was still selling something at the same time. Like, oh, you got a problem? Yo, I'll solve it. Like, for the advice. But no, seriously, like that was brilliant. Um, so it's just about, marketing is always important and things like that. So how you sell yourself, and your ideas, the problems that you can solve. That's a big part of it. Um, Especially when we're talking about business. That's how business works. you have a solution to a problem, right? And now it's about how do you market the solution, right? So that people are not looking at the other competitors, they're looking at you, right? Because everybody's got, think about how many, people make toothpaste, think about how many body washes and soaps are available, and, you know, so on and so forth, right? Shampoo. It's like everybody's making the same shit, you know. It's about finding your own niche and then figuring out what makes your solution to the problem better than everybody else, right? It's about the competition. So, and even if you're not necessarily looking into like the business sector of things, even like when it comes to your experience and how you sell yourself in an interview, when it comes to what you're good at, your expertise, your schooling, so on and so forth. What brings you a step ahead of everybody else. That's how, you'll be able to allow for that, that lucrative money to come through. So this is looking pretty good. I will say that. This is about doing things differently, going back to the drawing board. Yeah, see, reconsidered a decision is here again, officially on the spread. And then we have take action. It says yes on the card. Whatever your question, this is telling you to go for it. Exactly. Do not procrastinate. We talked about procrastination earlier. Or wait to take the next step to get ahead. Just do it. Nothing will change if you don't take action. Don't let an opportunity pass you by. Exactly. So maybe the thing that you need to reconsider is the fact that you've been sitting on an idea or something like that for so long. And they're like, no, stop fucking procrastinating, fucking do it. You also have that came out with those cards, caution. Use caution was when making financial decisions. Careful not to overspend on wants instead of needs, and more going out than coming in. So I'm even getting for some of you, the fact that you've been holding on to, ideas for so long and not doing anything about it for all this time, that's actually been causing you some setbacks. Sometimes we do it to ourselves. Raise his hand. Yeah, and that's a mistake, right? It keeps you stuck. So they're like, yeah, no. This year, it's time to, it's time to create. It's time to do something. Some of you might be creatives. So your art might be the thing that's going to help you, or it's just about, the fact that, maybe a web design might be beneficial. Putting your artistic ideas into fruition. Taking it a step at a time, to create, you know, your process. How do you do this? Sitting down with somebody who might have expertise in the area in which that you're trying to break into. I'm getting a few different things, so I'm just reading intuitively right now. Which could explain why we kept seeing something about collaborative effort, so on and so forth. Hopefully that's making sense. But yeah, it's time to explore new options, right? There might be a lot of things that you've been wanting to look into that you've just kind of been putting, off on hold for so long. And it's like, okay, this is the time to take action, look into these different things, being able to take all the things that you have looked into and explored already, and how do you make it transferable into a new sector or career path, so on and so forth. I hope that makes sense. So now I am going to pull some tarot, and then we're going to get some last advice cards, and that'll be the end of the reading. I hope that this has been helpful. Before I even do anything, what's on the bottom of the deck? We have the Knight of Wands. That's somebody who's creative. That's somebody who goes after, things that they're passionate about. Yeah. Page of Wands. Enthusiasm. I like that. Okay, so we're going to do a 3-card spread. Maybe 4. We'll see. Recent past, current, and like the outcome. Actually, no. Switch that up. Current, incoming, and like the outcome. Again, I thank you guys for being here because now this reading is over 2 hours long. I had a feeling it was going to be long because I'm looking into so many different areas. So it's like, it makes sense that I would leave this long. It's like basically putting 3 readings into one. So it makes sense that it's long, but I'm happy that you guys have been enjoying the reading and you're getting something out of it. That makes me happy. I might do timestamps if I remember so that people could like look at the sections that they want to look at later. Yeah. So we have, 2 of Swords here. This is about decisiveness. Hey, Queen, what's up, girl? Happy to see you. All right, Spirit. So let's get the current energy when it comes to career and finance for the collective. Okay. Yeah, 2 of Cups. It's an interesting card to come out for a career and finance reading. So that's about partnerships. Oh, I see. Conflicts within a partnership in this case. So you might be dealing with, some of you guys currently, it might be dealing with some issues when it comes to work, feeling a lot of conflict and chaos in the workplace, maybe a lot of competition. Um, I'm getting that for some of you guys, let me know if this is resonating. For some of you guys, or business opportunities and partnerships too, as well, could be in line with this. If there's been a sense of, you know, disharmony in those connections and competition and so on and so forth. I feel like a lot of you guys have been at this point now where you're trying to move on from it because we do have the Chariot here, um, along with the 5 of Wands here on the bottom of the deck. What's in the middle? Empress. It's like you're trying to grow and expand. You're trying to, do what it is that you want to do for your career and finance. But there are certain situations and people around you that have been making it very difficult for you to be able to do that. So now it's like, okay, I know I need to jump ship. I have to do something different. I have to do something new. Um, that is more in alignment with where I'm trying to go. Let me know if that's making sense, if it resonates. Uh, so that's like more like the current energy. So what's coming in towards the collective, especially when it comes to 2025, since that is what we're looking into. Um, what else? Thank you. The Magician. I like that. So I'm getting that, you guys are in the you're about to start like really working on manifesting, right? Surrendering and walking away from the things that no longer serve you, especially when it comes to these manifestations. I'm also getting a greater sense of willpower within yourself that's saying, okay, I'm gonna like you're feeling a sense of drive of what it is that you know that you want to do. Really putting in that effort in a new direction. Yeah, and the thing is, you got options. Didn't someone? Yep. You said multiple pathways, and look, we got the 7 of Cups, which is about options. It can represent options. So it's like, there's new opportunities and options coming through because of the fact that you guys are about to possibly surrender and walk away from something that no longer has been serving you, is what I'm getting here. Yeah, and it's slow and steady, right? It's gonna take time. It's not happening overnight. We have the Knight of Pentacles. So the sense of patience that you guys are practicing. I also heard Temperance. I wouldn't be shocked if the Temperance card actually were to show up. Or some of you might have Sagittarius in your chart. We are also in Sagittarius season. Whoop whoop. Saggy over here in the building. My birthday is next Friday. Yeah, so Friday the 13th. Ooh. Um, but yeah, so I'm getting something along those lines. But it's a nice energy, like the fact that walking away from the things that have not been serving you is going to open new opportunities up. So it's a good thing. What is the likely outcome? Right, we have 9 of Swords. That's a That's an interesting card for a likely outcome. I'm definitely going to clarify. But what I'm getting is there might be a lot of like major like anxieties and whatnot surrounding this decision to move forward, because it is a decision to be made for a lot of y'all. So there's like a lot of fears and anxieties about pushing forward and going towards whatever this is. Yeah. I think some of you guys have been focused on the past for too long. And that's why it's hard. Like, let's say if you've been at a job for a very long time, right? And you're like, fuck, I've been here for so long where I've established these relationships with certain people and I don't want to let it go. It's like, and I trust me, I understand what that feels like. Because I'm going through that even currently. But it's like, is it worth the headaches that you're dealing with, right? Getting passed over for opportunities that you know you should get, or feeling like there's all this competition and chaos and like, well, nobody wants to fucking stay in a situation like that at work. You know, we spend more time with the people that we work with than we do at our own homes with the people that we actually live with. You know what I mean? Like, who wants to spend 40, 50 hours a week dealing with that shit when you can be in a situation where it's more collaborative, there's more harmony and balance within the connections that you make with the people that you work with, so on and so forth, right? So it's like I'm getting something along those lines. Yeah. Constantly worrying, well, will I get that raise? Six of Pentacles on the top of the deck. Like, will I get that raise? Will things actually work out in my favor? Well, in order to have a more stable foundation, for wands in the middle of the deck, you know what you have to do, is what I'm getting. Let's clarify the Nine of Swords. Yeah, this is a time to no longer act on emotion. Queen of Cups here. Some of you might have water in your chart, and that could make you a little bit wishy-washy. I have water in my chart, so I get it. But the thing is, it's like I only have one placement of water though, but it's my south node. So my emotions, when my emotions act up, they act up. For me to be a fire sign, but then when my because I'm Scorpio South Node, when that shit kicks in, oh my gosh, I'm like, how am I so damn emotional as a fire sign? And when I saw that in my chart, I was like, that makes all the fucking sense now. Because my gosh, I could get really in my feelings. So this is like almost like head over heart kind of thing. It's like eventually you have to let those emotions go, because it's not good for your overall health, right? You might be literally dealing with emotional stress, mental stress, physical stress. Like, some of these ramifications that it might have on you could become physical, you know what I mean? Like, that's why maybe we have the energy of cardiac stuff, tummy stuff and neurological stuff. Like, if you're getting like migraines and shit, you're stressed out from this fucking job. If you're having like really bad tummy problems and shit, where you feel a lot of anxiety and stuff, like heart palpitations, and I'm getting stuff like that. This is not a situation that you want to stay in. So it's gonna be time to make a head over heart decision and go towards the things that you know that you want to go towards. Put forth that effort in something that actually makes sense for you. And it's going to be a lot more stable too. This Four of Wands here, top of the deck, showed up twice, accompanying the same card. So it's like, you know what you need to do. Yeah. And is there fears and anxieties here? Absolutely. But you know what you need to do. What's the advice? Or anything else that the collective needs to know about career and finance for 2025? There we go. Thank you, Spirit. I'm happy I got that last card. Leap of faith, the Fool. A leap of faith, going into something unknown, something different, you know? Yep, going towards what you're passionate about. And this is all coming back full circle, because this was the card that was on the bottom of the deck before we even started the reading, or the start of the reading. Knight of Wands. Going after what you're passionate about. Seizing, these new opportunities with a lot of passion and feeling fired up, feeling inspired, feeling creative. Yep. And these are things that are going to ultimately lead to a lot more happiness. Land of Cups here. You're gonna feel a lot happier because of it. So you're so stuck in your emotions and in your head about, where you're at right now with this particular situation at work or whatever, or in career. But then they're like, worried about the wrong things. Guess what? When you allow yourself to remove the emotions, guess what? You're still gonna have the emotional fulfillment, but you just have to get out of the circumstances that you're in. Get out of your head. You know, get out of your head. Get out of your emotions, and start thinking with logic, right? Not overthinking, because overthinking ain't gonna get you nowhere. And being too emotional ain't gonna get you nowhere either. Yep, time to release. Hanged Man. Think you guys are going to get a sense of enlightenment and know exactly what it is that you need to do. And that's going to happen when you release that control and take that leap of faith. So with all that said, I am going to start closing out the reading. We are going to pull from the deck that inspired me to do this reading in the first place, which was these. This is I don't remember the name of this deck, to be completely honest. I don't have the box anymore because it got messed up when I moved. But this deck is all about surrendering the things that need to be let go of. So I'm gonna pick maybe 3 cards from here, and then maybe 3 cards from one other deck as parts of the advice portion of the reading, and then that will be it. Again, thank you guys for being here, and I appreciate you guys for the continued support. Um, I feel like this was a really cool reading because I haven't done a reading like this in a long time where I've looked at all those different components. It's usually just like very, very general, or like looking at just a specific area, but we looked at several different areas tonight. And I think that there was a lot of information here. So when I split the deck, we have surrender to silence and surrender to rest and sleep. We talked about the body, the vessel, right? Or way early in the reading, and that there's this energy of needing to work on that. And I get it, trust me. So when it comes to the surrender to silence, it says, in quiet meditation or contemplation, let go and enter the stillness within. Silence can heal and replenish you. Absolutely. I spent most of my day in complete silence today, the majority of it. I did not actually turn on my TV until I think it was 7 o'clock this evening. And even then, I only had jazz music going on in the background. um, and it says surrender to rest and sleep. This is one of the things that I've been working on or trying to. So I'm sure that if I'm feeling like this, you guys are feeling like this too. To prevent burnout, slow down. Honor. Yep, we talked about slowing down earlier. Honor your need for quiet time. Goes back to this, and peaceful sleep to rejuvenate your mind, body, and spirit. Wow. How's that for coming back full circle, huh? All right, so I'm gonna get 3 from here, and I'm gonna get 3 from my other deck, and that will be the end of this reading. But I'm so grateful for you guys that have been here. You guys are awesome. Love y'all. When I get my body back to where it needs to be with my rest and restoration, I will be back to a schedule and stuff like that. Because I definitely had like a schedule kind of going for a while, and then I got sick, and then I was going through some personal stuff with family and my own stuff. It was just like mad shit going on all at one time. So I'm trying to like slowly get back to trying to do this, but I'm not quite there yet. So y'all bear with me, but I'm gonna make sure I have y'all back, okay? With doing like the paid readings and the free readings and stuff too. We have surrender to the wisdom of your body. Listen, thank you, Spirit. Look at that. Listen to your body's messages about a person or a situation. Wow, wasn't I just saying that? You guys might be dealing with certain things going on, ailments going on because of stress and shit related to possibly work and or relationships in your life. You cannot make this shit up even if you wanted to. All right, let me start over. Sorry. Got in my feelings. Listen to your body's messages about a person or situation. If you feel physically drained or uncomfortable, be cautious. If you are energized and happy, move forward. I said that shit earlier. Maybe not so eloquently, but I did say that same thing earlier. That's wild. Surrender to play, and I said that earlier too. Everything's coming back full circle. Take a break from overthinking a goal. Do something fun. Play is a time of recreation and rejuvenation. Wow. That was one of the first things I said. Having fun, doing something different. Two more. Thank you. Oh, that one's here again on the official spread now. Surrender to the wisdom of your body. One more. Take this one. Um, surrender to your need to always be right. Are they talking to me? They might be. Give others the gift of letting them be right. Be yielding, not rigid. This will help resolve conflicts and improve your relationships. So, some of you might be somewhat rigid in your relationships in life, and I get it. I'm going to get one more. I understand. You know, especially like when you're like super smart or something. It's like, but I know what I'm talking about. Like, but sometimes you just have to, just instead of arguing shit with people, just be like, all right, I'll let you have that one. It's cool, and then let them figure out that they probably were wrong on their own, or at least meet in the middle, like and compromise and say, okay, you know what, you bring some really valid points. I see where you went with that. Yeah, we can still agree to disagree, possibly, and move on from there. All right. Let's get one more from this deck, and then we'll get those last pieces of advice to close out. Yes, I knew this card was going to come out. I just knew it because I felt that energy. We saw that energy. We felt that energy, and it was officially out here. Surrender obsessive thinking. If you're obsessing about a person or a situation, turn the dilemma over to spirit. I talked about that earlier too, because we can't do everything by ourselves sometimes. Sometimes we have to let something beyond us and more powerful than us handle those situations for us. Doing so will help bring you clarity or even resolve the problem. Yes, 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 yes. No more overthinking. Fuck that shit. Right? All right, so we're going to get maybe 3 cards from this deck. We have healing with nature and positive life changes when I split the deck. Your soul yearns to be outside. We talked about that earlier. In nature, around healing waters, flowers, and trees, along with positive life changes. It says positive life changes are ahead if you choose to trust in the process. Makes sense to me. But we definitely talked about nature earlier. We'll get 3 from here, and that will be the end of this reading. Close out. Work field, and that was one of the first energies that we picked up on. In fact, I think it's still here, isn't it? Yep. It says work field. It's time to call in energy protection to shield, clear, and strengthen your aura. And then we had clean it up earlier in the reading. One of the first cards. In fact, it was the first card out. So it's giving me that energy again, clearing your space, clearing your energy, cleaning up your. And the thing that I heard earlier was cleaning up your act. So, and I made like a little bit of a joke about it, but now we got that energy again. So, yeah, I know I resonate with that for sure. Approval. Choose to approve of yourself, and others will too. Yeah, having a sense of confidence in yourself, knowing that you're amazing, knowing that you can handle shit on your own. You're self-reliant, right? That sense of self-reassurance is so, I think, important and pivotal for a lot of you guys right now, as opposed to seeking validation outside of yourself. When you are already stepping into your own confidence and you know that you're the shit, everybody's gonna see it. Like there will be no questions, right? that might be something that some of you guys are working on right now. So keep on doing that. You know, if that resonates, let me know. Um, but yeah, just knowing that you do not need to seek other people's approval. Big one. Two more. Thank you. Surrender. We talked about that a lot during this reading. That number 12 is here. Adds up to 3. We talked about the number 3 earlier in the reading. Release and surrender all control and let nature take its course. Yeah, let things happen in divine timing. Let things happen naturally. Um, you can't control everything, you know. You're only human, right? Just let things happen and unfold the way that they're meant to. I feel like this one wants to come out. The void. That's a good one. You may be covering up the emptiness or pain within through an addiction. We talked about that way early in the reading. I was talking about, you know, maladaptive behaviors and patterns and things like that, ways of thinking, so on and so forth, that you know, people get very comfortable with, and myself included, where there might be that sense of grief that might have to take place because of something that you've held on to so long, whether it's something you do or have done or whatever, people around you, work, like so many different circumstances and situations that can apply here. But those things have been filling a void for a long time that you have to be able to fill on your own, because those things are not serving your higher self or your higher purpose. They need to be let go of. That's where addictions come from. Now, some of you are probably like, I don't have any addictions. You might not have like it in a chemical way. You know what I mean? And it might not even resonate with you at all. But the whole point is, like, we all have, a lot of us have, you know, different things that, you know, we're very comfortable with, right? That it's very hard for us to release and let go of. And we hold on to it. And we're like, shit, but it's just a part of like what I've been doing for so long. I'm just so used to this. Overworking could be one of those things. I mean, there's so many things. It really is. What does that mean for you? You have to figure it out for yourself. I can't answer that for you. For some of you, know, you might not resonate with that part at all. But the whole point is, Spirit wants me to say that, and they wanted me to say it earlier, and they're telling me to say it again. So for somebody, they're going to resonate with that. So just, you know, think about your behaviors. Think about the things that are happening around you, the things that, you know, you've been holding on to for too long that you know are not really the best for you. Those are things that you're gonna have to start working on letting go, especially as this new year is coming in, and go from there, grow from there. Spiritual gifts. I like that on the bottom of the deck here. You are in the process of developing and fine tuning your spiritual gifts. Perhaps as you release some of these things that no longer serve you, you're going to start noticing, you know, certain things popping in, and kind of within yourself growing and transforming. You're going to be like, whoa, what the fuck is this? It happens a lot, you know, especially people who've been through, like, you know, toxic relationships and stuff like that. You know, some of you guys might be like empaths or something like that, highly intuitive, so on and so forth. And all of a sudden you're gonna be like, what? Like, I didn't realize I had a lot of these gifts until I broke up with an ex, a very toxic ex, a karmic person who clearly I was meant to meet that person so I could work on myself and get to where I'm at now. But I didn't know I had these gifts. I was blocked for a long time. And I needed that karmic lesson. I needed to learn. Let's see if we can find the card. Of course, because there's other cards here now. There we go. I had to go around and around the merry-go-round to you know, learn those lessons, those karmic lessons, to get to that point where I was able to finally close out that particular chapter. And then I learned all these different things about myself through isolation, and I grew so much, especially spiritually. And that's when I realized I had all these gifts. A lot of this stuff was just dormant. It was there. I just didn't know what it was, or I thought it was crazy. And I'm like, oh, no, these are like spiritual gifts. a lot of you guys might have that as well and resonate with it. What, giving me high fives? That was really her way of being fresh and saying, "Stop touching me." Um, we have natural born leader on the top of the deck. Um, you were born to lead others. It is a part of your life's path. See, these spiritual gifts are going to help you lead other people and, help other people possibly grow too. Also, going back to, like, there's something about something that you guys might be able to share with others in some way, shape, or form. Don't know what that is. It's going to be different for everybody, but something that you've learned over the course of all of this that's going to allow you to help other people. Um, so, take it as it resonates and leave it if it doesn't. But you're going to be able to use these experiences to help other people as you continue to grow and mold your own self as well, is what I'm getting. And we have positive life changes here again in the middle of the deck now. So with all that said, oh my goodness, this is one of the longest readings I've done in a while. Wow, haven't done a reading this long in a long time. But yeah, we talked about a lot. We for those of you who didn't get to watch from the beginning, I would strongly suggest trying to watch it from the beginning. I might try to do timestamps if I have a chance. um to see, like, to break it up so that there's a certain part of the reading that you want to watch in particular. Can I'm gonna try to do that. I don't know if I'm gonna do it right now. I might do it tomorrow. But yeah, we'll see if I can accomplish that tonight before I go to sleep. Yeah, because I only have a little bit, very little bit of time before I have to go to bed, but or go to sleep officially. But I have a bedtime. So with all that said, I feel like next year, 2025, is going to be a nice year for a lot of you guys in different areas of life, and a lot of it kind of has like a little bit of an overlap. This energy of releasing and surrendering and saying, okay, you know what, f this, like, this is not working for me, right? And saying, okay, in order to get where I'm trying to go, I have to I have to surrender this, right? I have to surrender control. I have to be able to acknowledge the fact that I can't do all this by myself. This is time to focus on my higher power, whatever that is to you, to get me through some of these harder times. And then I will continue to grow from there. Um, Taking your natural talents and knowledge and being able to apply it to your career and grow in that facet of your life. Being able to say, okay, I've learned a lot in my past relationships in terms of romance, and being able to say, okay, I'm ready now to put myself back out there and be comfortable and be also confident in myself when it comes to making the right decisions, right? So I would say this was a really positive reading, and I mean, we have 5 people. It just changed, of course, as soon as I was about to say that. We have 5 people and 5 likes. um adds up to 10, right? We were talking about completion and endings and all that, bringing in those new beginnings, right? So I will say this looks good, and I'm wishing you guys a happy, well, not New Year yet, but happy New Year. When this ending of this year comes in. I know that a lot of people, have the notion of, the new year doesn't really start until spring. I'm all for that too. But this, if that's, even if that's your way of looking at it too, that from here till then, this is going to be that time of, um, transformation, right? Allowing things that no longer serve you to really die off, essentially. And then you'll have, all those things all those seeds you've sown will start to grow in the spring, and bring some new life into everything that it is that you're trying to do. So yeah, it looks good, guys. So with all that said, I love you guys. Thank you for rocking with your girl. If you want to watch this reading from the very beginning, I strongly encourage it. I will try to put the timestamps tonight. I can't make any guarantees on that because I am tired. Um, but yes, I'm very appreciative of you guys for being here. If you are new, definitely hit that subscribe button. And yeah, stay tuned because I am going to start coming back around a little more often. So I was doing really good for a while, and I want to try to get back to where I was at with being on here a few times a week. But yeah, I'm gonna say we gonna have a good year. Okay, we're gonna make shit happen. So I love you guys, and until next time, I love you guys. Have a great night. Get some rest. Yeah, and take care. Bye.